What is up, guys? I'm the Ethanator with 2 A's, and today we're going to be talking about the mini-series that was on the History Channel for the past 3 days called the World Wars. And, well, first of all, let me tell you where I've been and what's been going on. So I went on my Washington, D.C. trip, and I will be doing a review on Washington, but I have to really think about what I want to say for that one. So that'll be uploaded sometime this month. I have to do a couple more books, or actually sometime next month, since it is the end of May here. But there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up next week. I'll be hopefully uploading a lot more videos than I have been. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. But anyway, let's just focus down to today because I can't go over 15 minutes. So let's try and make it all the way in there. So today we're going to be focusing on the World Wars, which the World Wars basically focuses on World War I and World War II, and the people who were in World War I were the same exact guys, men, who were in World War II, either good or bad. I mean, you had Hitler, who was in World War I, and he was in World War II. I mean, Hitler fought for the Germans in World War I, and of course, we all know that Hitler caused World War II. So, I mean, there are a lot of things that there's one thing that I'd like to talk about right here that I want to, it's one of those what ifs in history. So let me talk about that first before I officially get down to the review. So in World War I, there was, I honestly truly forget how this happened, but they do explain it in the show, in this this mini series. In World War I, Hitler almost got shot, and there was this man who had Hitler in his crosshairs, in his sight, and he literally had the gun up and was going to shoot Hitler, the Adolf Hitler. But he didn't shoot. He stopped and left. And it was an American. You know, so it's one of those what ifs. Like, what if Hitler got shot? But we wouldn't have had the history that we have. We would have saved many lives. So it's just one of those what ifs in history, and they really made me think about that one. Like, what if Hitler died in World War I, right on the battlefield? He wouldn't be known. But because he caused World War II, he is known. So, I guess that's just one of those things where you go, man, what if? I really like this series. I really enjoyed this series a lot because it gives you a better outlook into World War I and World War II. More into World War II than World War I. Because it's just so fantastic the way they did this. Like, it gives you, like I said, it gives you a better outlook, and it gives you a more visualization in this series. You can actually see they actually have actors who are portraying men such as Adolf Hitler, Winston Churchill, Joseph Stalin, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Those guys, they actually have people that are portraying these characters who have really who have affected all of us in some way or another. So I thought that was pretty cool that they're giving us a visualization while we have a narrator telling us what's going on, what is going on in this part of the scene, what's going on in this part of the scene, what's happening here, what's happening in this part, and the narrator does an excellent job. He has a good voice for this type of stuff, for this type of history, and he is very informative. Well, the writers were very informative here. Now, this isn't like any other History Channel documentary. This is from the History Channel, and I really like History Channel documentaries. I think they're fantastic. I think they do an excellent job of putting it together. So I'm very proud to. I love the History Channel documentaries. I think they're excellent. Like I said, it's a visual documentary. Like, you don't see these too often. You see pictures, and like when you just see pictures, picture after picture after picture after picture after picture after picture after picture, like, and a narrator, it's the same old boring thing. Like, you're seeing black and white all the time, because of course they didn't have colored cameras then. I mean, they did. I don't think they did in World War II. We definitely know they didn't have one in World War One, but I'm not sure about World War II. I don't know. I'd have to check back up on that. I don't think so, though. But yeah. So you just see picture after picture, and that's not fun. But when you actually have people portraying these characters, you get a sense of, wow, that actually happened. More than if I show you a picture of Hitler and discuss what he did and what he did in this part. What, when he declared war on the Americans, when he declared war on Russia. But I could tell you that, but it's. I feel like it'll get through your brain more if it's shown to you. I've always felt that, and this definitely will give you one of those things. I mean, if you're into war, well, I shouldn't say that, but if you're into learning the history of World War I and World War II, this is definitely it for you, and you've probably already watched this. So you don't need to watch my review, because you have your own sense. And plus, another reason why I like this is it explains Hitler's reasoning a little bit more. And of course, Hitler's reasoning is crazy. But it explains him a little bit more in detail and why he did what he did. And it doesn't make sense to us. It doesn't. It's craziness. It's absolutely. We don't get it. I don't get it. It's ridiculous to me. And as it should be to most of you. I haven't seen a series like this since The Pacific. And The Pacific was written and directed by Steven Spielberg, and Tom Hanks as well. And that was just very well played out. Of course, that wasn't narrated, but it was still called a mini-series. And I really liked that one. But this came pretty close to it. This came really close to it. Like I said, I love the effects, the special effects, the visualization of it. Sorry. It's just a good series to sit down, watch, and learn history. And you get the feeling of the nervousness that you feel like you're actually there with Franklin Delano Roosevelt signing the declaration of war on Germany, signing it, declaring war. You feel like you're there, and you get the sense of, like your heart beats, like you get nervous. You start getting nervous and excited and ramped up, and when commercial goes, I mean, there are points in this where they go to commercial, and you're just like, and you just think like, what a horrible man he was, or yeah, we did it. So it's just one of those things, and this was a 30-year period that this stuff happened, and we had people like Hitler in World War I and World War II, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, World War I, World War II, Winston Churchill, World War I, World War II. Either they battled, or they were secretaries of people, or they were involved with this war in some kind. I mean, there are many people in this miniseries that I just can't name. Like, I don't know them off the top of my head. I probably should have written them down. But those are the couple that are off the top of my head. I think those are the people that you see most often. That's why I remember them so much. Stalin as well, Joseph Stalin. And to boot, it was pretty good acting. It wasn't bad. It wasn't suckish. It wasn't that bad. You know, it wasn't the greatest acting I've ever seen, but it wasn't the worst acting I've ever seen. I mean, they were just showing you what actually happened there. So I like that part. I really like the way they did this whole miniseries and the way they put it all together. How they went from the first night was World War I, the second night is the start of World War II and into the middle, and then the third night is the end of World War II, and of course Hitler killing himself. And then it just shows you a little about last 10-15 minutes of what happened after the war. And the Pacific War is in this. You know, because we had two wars going on. We had World War II and the Pacific War going on in the Pacific Ocean, when Japan had oh my God, Pearl Harbor. There we go, Pearl Harbor, when they start dropping bombs on us and stuff, and that was they were declaring war on us while we were having a war with Germany. So I mean, we were so combuzzled, and Franklin Delano Roosevelt died right before the war ended, so his vice president had to take over. Like, there were just so many things that happened in World War II that are so, like, mind-blowing. But overall, I give this miniseries 10 out of 10 for the way they did it, the visual effects, the people who played it, the way they set this all up, the way they did all the 3 nights. I mean, because I feel like they could easily have made that into a one-night special, but they didn't. So that's that review, and I'm very happy. 10 out of 10. I suggest this to any history buff. If you're interested in any war, or if you enjoy learning about wars, this would definitely be one to go see. And you could probably find it on demand, or it's everywhere. So, but like I said, 10 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and yeah. I got more reviews coming up next week. Sorry for I haven't been around in a while, but I'm back. So I guess this is really it. I guess that's all I have to say, huh? Yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and keep watching. And if you haven't, and if you're new here, subscribe to me. Subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you gotta do. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes, comments, even if you dislike it. Oh well, we all have our own opinions. But thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys later.